loves this country, loves this state, even though it's being run by crazy leftists who would rather protect criminally illegal aliens than American citizens. But the real people that really matter, why we're out here today, are the women behind me, the angel moms who have lost loved ones to criminally illegal aliens that are protected by leftists in America. I have a very simple message before I hand it over. Build the wall or shut it down. It's time that we protect American citizens. It's time that we protect American families. We support legal immigration, but what we have going on in this country, the undermining right over this border, designed, orchestrated, and planned and strategized by the left, executed is by the left to undermine our border sovereignty, to undermine the sovereignty of this country. And it's time that every American stand against it, stand up for the rule of law, restore American sovereignty. I have a very simple message. Build the wall or shut it down. My first angel mom, friend of mine, we've come to know each other through Fight Sanctuary State. I actually, all these women here, I wish I didn't have to have met them, at least not under the circumstances that politicians, leftists, Democrats in America that care more about sanctuary policies than American citizens. Their children may be alive politicians, today. Leftists, Democrats in America that care more about sanctuary policies than American citizens. Their children may be alive politicians. Today. Son was killed by an illegal alien. God bless you, Agnes. Welcome.
Love you, Agnes.
Thank you. First, I wanted to say thank you to all that came here today for this press conference, for give us the voice that it is long overdue. My only son, Ronald da Silva, was murdered in April 27, 2002 by a previously deported illegal alien in El Monte, California, where my husband was the deputy chief of police. I am a legal immigrant. My family followed the law. We went through full background investigation, medical. We did everything the government wanted us to do to come here legally. We entered in LA legally with our green cards. My father had a job contract, and we had to sign a document stating that we would not apply for any public assistance. This is another thing that needs to end for illegal aliens. Any public assistance. I know they get it through their children because we do not want children going hungry. I am sorry, but it shouldn't be taxpayers' burden to carry that. I wanted to state very clearly that I back President Trump 100%. The poor guy is doing a tremendous job in Washington, and the media and the Democrats and the liberals are doing everything to make him fail. And he hasn't lost yet. We are gonna stand behind our president, and we're gonna fight for our country. When I took my oath of citizenship to protect and defend my country against legal and domestic, against foreign and domestic invaders, that's exactly what I'm doing. This is my home, my country. I do not have dual citizenship, and I will defend my country until the end. Nancy Pelosi said it is immoral to build a wall. What is immoral is having a congresswoman Congress working against citizens in this country. That's what's immoral. What is immoral is the disregard for the safety of citizens and the sovereignty of our nation. What is immoral is ignoring all the victims of illegal aliens, like these people behind me, my friends that I came to know, because they too suffered the same tragedy my family suffered. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer fund the wall or resign. Simple as that. Americans are tired of you redacting us, pretending we don't exist. We do exist, and we do have a voice, and we will speak up against you. Stand with President Trump. Schumer and Pelosi was for the building the wall before President was in office. All of a sudden, they are against it. Shame on them. Yes, we have been redacted. We are invisible to the Democrats. We are tired of Congress wasting precious time. Do your job. You are elected to office to do your job, to represent American citizens, not those who are breaking through the walls and coming in here illegally. Liberals are calling for the abolition of ICE. Why don't they call for the abolition of Congress? They are doing nothing. Enough. Enough is enough. I do not want to see another family like this behind me. I don't want to meet another family. And you know what? In April of 2020, the illegal alien that murdered my son will be a free man to enjoy his family. And my son is still 6 feet under. You want to talk about family separation? What separates me and my family is 6 feet of dirt. This is what separates me and my son. A marker, a cold marker that I go and caress and hold and cry because I cannot hug or get hugs for my son. This is my son. I miss his beautiful smile. I will never get to see him. I cannot go across the border to hug him, to see him ever, ever again. Build the wall. Thank you, President Trump, for your support, for your tenacity, for pulling the daggers out of your back, and you're still going strong. I am so proud of you. I am honored to be an American again because of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Agnes. We're out here today with a few different organizations that are behind this, that are standing up for America, standing up against the Democrats, that are truly the enemies that they swore an oath to protect the country from. They raised their hand, they swore an oath to protect this country from enemies both foreign and domestic, and they have become the very domestic enemies they swore an oath to protect us from. Gavin Newsom has no business swearing an oath, has no business being our governor. He's already broken his oath, and there are countless politicians that have done that as well. We are here with several organizations. Angel Families is an national organization that is standing up for the fight to protect American citizens. We also have San Diego Patriots and San Diegans for Secure Borders. It's an honor to introduce Angel Families representative Marianne Mendoza from Arizona, came all this way, and we have other angel moms coming from outside of the state of California, standing up. We are here in California because this is the epicenter of where the crime is occurring. The lawlessness, this is the epicenter, but this entire border needs to be secured. It's an honor for me to introduce Angel Families, Marianne Mendoza.
I want to thank everybody for coming out today and supporting us in this time that we felt it was necessary for us to speak out. After watching the debacle in the White House the other day, I was very ashamed to even think that Nancy Pelosi will be Speaker of the House, to think that Chuck Schumer is a senator in the United States. And the thing that really bothers me about Nancy Pelosi is she goes on and on and on about the cost of the wall, but what Nancy Pelosi fails to talk about is the cost of supporting the illegal aliens in our country, right, which is already at $136 billion. And by not building the wall, that number will keep increasing every single year. Right. So she's failing to tell the American taxpayers, hey, follow my lead and more money is going to be coming out of your pockets instead of building the wall for a flat fee and be done with it. The other thing that Nancy Pelosi fails to ever talk about, ever, is the victims of illegal alien crime. And those are our children amongst hundreds of thousands of others. And unfortunately, our children have been murdered or killed. This is my son, Sergeant Brandon Mendoza, who was with the Mesa, Arizona Police Department. He was killed on May 12, 2014 by a repeat illegal alien criminal who was shown leniency in our court systems, never spent any time in jail for crimes he had previously committed in Colorado, ended up in Arizona. He was 3 times a legal limit drunk, high on meth, and drove over 35 miles the wrong way on 4 different freeways and slammed head on into my son, killing him. My son did not deserve to die that way. My son spent his life protecting the community in Mesa, and it was a huge loss not only to the family, but to our community. So I am fighting for my son. I am fighting for Angie's son. I'm fighting for Kathy's daughter and for Ronald De Silva, Agnes's son. And we are fighting so that no other American family has to feel the pain and the grief that we do. We're tired of being ignored by politicians in D.C. No Democratic politician will ever meet with us. Will never meet with us. I want that to resonate. They will never meet with us when we go to D.C. because they can't face us. And you know what? I want to ask Nancy Pelosi a question. I hope she hears this. How much would the cost of the wall mean to you, Nancy, if it could be predicted that a loved one of yours would be saved 2 years from now because that wall was built?
Amen.
Because I'm sick of hearing about Americans, innocent Americans, becoming collateral damage in this fight. We're done with it. We stand firm with President Trump. Angel Family supports him. Shut down the government. We need a standalone Border Security Act. We do not need Chuck Schumer pork barreling it, adding 5 or 10 more things onto an issue that just needs to be a standalone bill. Build the wall, protect Americans. Not one more American life needs to be lost at the hands of an illegal alien criminal in this country.
Amen.
Thank you.
Next, Sarah, more thing? And I want to add one more thing. I support the Border Patrol that works so hard. They're being attacked at the border by these thugs on the other side of the border. Hire more Border Patrol so we can put them more frequently so they don't have to be endangered by these criminals across the border throwing rocks and bottles at them. This is insanity. No other country would put up with this except the United States. Other countries have borders and nobody complains about it. Why can't the United States have borders and have security? I support our Border Patrol 100%. God bless them for doing a job that nobody wants to do.
Our government has one purpose, a primary purpose, and that's protecting the citizens of this country. It's their one purpose. For Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and the rest, Kamala Harris, and the rest of the anti-American leftist Democrats in this country to deny that one thing, they're derelict in their duty. Angie Morphine's son, Ruben, may be alive today if we had border security. Each one of these families, their family members may have been here today if the illegal alien that was allowed in would not have been allowed or would have been deported and kept out. Angie Morphine's son, Ruben, was killed by an illegal alien. It's an honor to know Angie Morphine, but again, I wish I didn't have to in these circumstances. Angie.
Yes, my name is Angie Morphine, and this is my son, Ruben. He had just turned 13. December is a very hard month for me because on December 1st, 1977, my baby was born. And on December 29th, 1990, he was executed in the streets of Salinas by a gang member that was here in the country illegally. He didn't belong in Salinas. He lived in LA, but he didn't belong in LA either. He was from Mexico. After 4 years of hard work from America's Most Wanted, they caught my son's killer, and he was apprehended in the state of Jalisco and served 20 years in a Mexican state prison for my son. He is out now. I don't know where he is, and I have contacted ICE to find out if he has tried to pass over, and they have no information on him yet. But that doesn't mean he's not here. They can go and change their name anywhere they go. Not unless he's actually caught and do his fingerprints, maybe they'll catch him, but they won't catch him with the same name. I'm here to support my president. When I got to meet Mr. Trump, he was candidate Trump, and he held my hand and he told me that everything was going to be okay, and I believe him. I believe everything that he told me that day, and I know that he's here to fight for the American people. And I love my president. I don't care what anybody says. He's a good president, and shame on Nancy Pelosi and Schumer. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. Our next speaker, Angel Mom, came from Colorado. Her daughter was killed in Arkansas. This is an epidemic across our country. We're talking today about the deaths, but there's epidemics beyond this. Besides decreased wages, the drug trafficking that we have coming across the border. The Democrats claim to care about the opioid epidemic in this country. If they really cared about it, they'd shut the border down. There are so many other impacts that illegal immigration causes on this country that the left continues to ignore. I just pray that at least this illustration will get them to wake up, open their eyes. Kathy Hall, welcome to the stage.
Hello. My daughter Haley King was 18 years old when she was killed on November 7th, 2016 in small town Arkansas. If you think for 1 minute this is just happening in the border states, you're very wrong. Small town Arkansas is not a border state. It was northwest Arkansas, and you couldn't get any more country out there. This has gone so far beyond what people are aware of and the states that they're aware of. It is not just a border state problem. If we do not do something now, how much worse and how much further is this going to go? My daughter was 18. She had dreams. She had a life. This man that killed my daughter will spend 2 years in prison and be released on early parole on February 7th, 2021. He has not even been in jail for 6 months at this point. I don't know of any other American that can go out there and commit murder and be released, but he won't get parole. He's going to be deported, hopefully, but he will not be monitored like a U.S. citizen would. There has got to be change. We have got to be able to monitor these people with their criminal acts before they return back to this country, or not let them return back to the country would be better. But if we do not get a wall built soon, it will not just be us. There's going to be hundreds and thousands more of us. I want to thank everybody for being here today and listening to what we have to say, and know that every one of us has given the ultimate sacrifice of our children, and we hope it saves yours.
Thank you, Kathy. I want to also invite Amy Sutton from San Diego Patriots and San Diegans for Secure Borders to come up. She lives here. She experiences it. She's at the epicenter here and is representing the folks that can't come from San Diego.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is a very, very important thing that we need to talk about. And we also need to have everyone in the United States of America urge President Trump and Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, we need to fund this wall. Even if he gets the $5 billion, just do that. Let's start somewhere and work together. I've been on the front lines here, going back and forth between Mexico and Tijuana and here, seeing firsthand what's happening there with the caravan, and it's very concerning. So if you can go out and watch my videos and everything, and Melinda, all of us go down there as much as we can to get information of what's really going on, because we don't hear it from you guys. So we need to get this wall funded. We need to get this done. And we need to protect our borders and protect our people here in America. And there's nothing more to talk about. It's just, who wouldn't want to protect their borders and secure their borders? Who wouldn't want to do that? So we need to do that now, and we're doing a call to action for these beautiful mothers out here that have lost their children because of illegal aliens that keep coming in and out of our country and using us. We're constantly being used, and we're tired of being used. So, thank you.
Thank you, Amy. There will be a rally out here tomorrow as well. Amy, what time is that? 11 o'clock, same place?
Yes. No.
All right. So,
It's on the bridge.
on the bridge. So anybody that wasn't able to make it today, tomorrow at 11 o'clock on the bridge, come out, support America. There are a couple folks. We have representation from America First, Protect America First PAC. It's Joe Arpaio's PAC out of Arizona. He couldn't make it out here today, but he is with us. God bless Joe Arpaio and the sheriffs that uphold their oath to the Constitution. Paloma for Trump is one of the folks that was on her way. She's stuck actually in Mexico right now. She's reporting on what's going on in Mexico, was on her way over there. There are thousands of people. And Amy's point, it's up to you. It's up to the media to tell the truth. For too long, you've told one side of the story. You talk about separating families, but you never talk about this permanent separation. You never talk about the American citizens who will never see their loved ones again. Thousands of them. It's time, tens of thousands. It's time to tell the truth. We support President Trump. God bless you, President Trump. All this nonsense, all the attacks against President Trump, we know are designed simply to obstruct him and to obstruct this country from being able to do what he is doing. God bless President Trump. We support him and we say, build the wall or shut it down.
That's right.
That's all. Anyone else need to say anything?
If any of the media would like to interview any of the angel moms, please feel free to interview them, ask them any questions that you want. Thank you so much for coming. Truly appreciate the time. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Melinda, one more thing.
Hi, I'm Melinda Porto. I'm the organizer of tomorrow's rally. It's called America First. We want to get the word out to our president that we're standing behind him, we're standing behind our border patrol, and we're standing behind our troops at this border in this issue. So you guys join us tomorrow at 11. We're going to stand in solidarity right here at the pedestrian bridge, right here on this road. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow, and thank you, ladies, for sharing today.
Brian Terry.
Sorry.
One last thing, to the liberal, to the leftists who are helping organize the caravan across the border. I've been down there, I've been into both locations. Shame on you. This is designed and orchestrated. All this nonsense about asylum, they're being trained by leftist activists, by the National Attorneys Guild, and by other groups, Pueblos Sin Fronteras, George Soros's groups. These are leftist groups. This is a designed invasion. There is a pipeline from Central America into America that is designed to undermine our country. My wife came here. She was a refugee immigrant. They came from Laos, escaping communism. I support the asylum process, but it has been so bastardized and manipulated. It doesn't work anymore. The left knows that. And so we've interviewed the people across, and many of you have interviewed the people over there. The number one issue, the number one thing they're coming for is jobs. Unfortunately, they're being trained by people in America how to fill out the application and request asylum. They come into America, 90% of those claims are rejected, but by the time they get to them, they've already gone into the shadows. This is a joke, what we have there. We need E-Verify. We need Congress to do their job. Do their job. Enact E-Verify, protect the border, do your job.
And shut down the 501c3s
Yes,
that are organized.
the criminal organizations, the Open Society Foundations, George Soros's organizations, Pueblos Sin Fronteras, the National Attorneys Guild, all of these organizations, bam, by any means necessary here. They are criminals. They should not only be shut down, they should be prosecuted. They should be put in prison for aiding and abetting criminal illegal aliens, criminal invaders. That's it.
Let me say, I talked to someone yesterday, and I can't divulge who, but a lot of these refugees that are crossing the border, they're getting a check from our tax dollars for $3,700 a month for 6 to 8 months. Figure that out. How much does that cost? If one of them crosses the border and runs towards a border patrol and says refugee, they have to let him in, process, and then let him go. No more catch and release. Right. Enough. Right. Enough of this catch and release. They've been told what to say, and the government, the Congress is allowing this insanity, this stupidity to go on. No more. Shut the border down. If we can't figure this thing out, do not let any of them in. And if they are legitimate refugees like my family was, then go through the legal channels to come in here legally.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming out. God bless you guys. God bless President Trump. God bless America.